Baba Yaga, the Witch of the Wild Forest. In the depths of the dense Slavic forests, far from villages and towns, where the trees whisper secrets and the winds carry old songs, there lives a creature of legend. Some say she is a witch, others call her a guardian, and still others fear her as a monster. Her name is Baba Yaga, and her story has chilled and fascinated generations. This is the tale of Baba Yaga, not just a tale of fear, but one of mystery, magic, and unexpected wisdom. Long ago, in a small village on the edge of the great forest, there lived a girl named Vasilisa. She was kind and clever, with hair as dark as raven feathers and eyes that shimmered like forest pools. Her mother had died when she was young, but before her death, she gave Vasilisa a tiny wooden doll. "Keep this with you," her mother whispered. "Feed it a bit of bread and a drop of milk when you're in need, and it will help you." After her mother died, Vasilisa's father remarried. Her new stepmother was cruel, and her stepsisters were no better. They treated her like a servant and gave her the hardest chores. But Vasilisa never complained. She had her mother's doll hidden in her apron, and somehow things always turned out all right. One day, her stepmother had a wicked plan. "Go into the forest," she told Vasilisa, "and fetch fire from Baba Yaga. We've no flame in the hearth, and we'll all freeze if you don't." Her stepsisters smirked. Everyone knew the tales of Baba Yaga, how she rode through the skies in a mortar, steering with a pestle, and lived in a hut that stood on giant chicken legs. People said she ate children. But Vasilisa had no choice. She packed a small bundle of food, clutched her doll tightly, and stepped into the deep woods. The forest was dark and thick with tangled branches. Strange noises echoed, cracking twigs, distant howls, and the rustle of unseen creatures. As night fell, Vasilisa came to a clearing and gasped. There it stood, Baba Yaga's hut, tall and crooked, perched on massive chicken legs that moved and scratched the ground like a living creature. A fence of human bones surrounded the hut, and skulls with glowing eyes lined the top. Summoning her courage, Vasilisa stepped forward. Suddenly, the hut spun with a screech, then stopped, its door facing her. The door creaked open. Out stepped Baba Yaga, tall and bony, with a long hooked nose and wild gray hair. Her eyes glowed like embers. "What do you want, girl?" she hissed. "Please, grandmother," Vasilisa said politely. "I have come for fire." Baba Yaga sniffed the air. "You smell of good fortune, that I don't like. Still, you may have fire, but only if you work for it." And so Vasilisa entered the hut, and the door slammed shut behind her. The inside of Baba Yaga's hut was filled with strange things. Jars with moving shadows inside, bones hanging from the ceiling, herbs drying in the corners. Baba Yaga gave Vasilisa 3 impossible tasks. Sort this pile of millet and poppy seeds before dawn. Clean the entire hut, including the roof and under the floorboards. And wash my laundry in the river, without losing a single thread. Fail, and I'll eat you. Vasilisa was terrified, but she fed a bit of bread and a drop of milk to her doll. That night, as she slept curled near the hearth, the doll came to life. It sorted the grains, cleaned every inch of the hut, and even returned with the laundry washed and pressed. When Baba Yaga awoke, she sniffed the air again. "Humph. You're no ordinary girl. Who helps you?" "My mother's blessing," Vasilisa answered. Baba Yaga scowled. "Blessings? I hate blessings. Get your fire and go." She picked a skull with burning eyes from the fence and placed it on a stick. "Take this. It will light your way," and more. Vasilisa thanked Baba Yaga and left the forest. As she walked back to her village, the skull's eyes glowed brighter and brighter. When she reached her stepmother's house, the hearth was cold and the house dark. Her stepmother rushed to take the skull, but the moment she looked into its eyes, she screamed. The flames leapt out, burning her and the wicked stepsisters to ash. Vasilisa stood in silence. The skull burned clean and then went dark. She buried the stick and the skull, and later moved to the city, where she became a skilled seamstress. In time, she was noticed by the Tsar himself, who married her, and she became queen. But she never forgot the forest, or the strange hut, or the old witch with the burning eyes. Though many feared Baba Yaga, not all who met her met a cruel fate. In some tales, she was not a monster, but a teacher. She tested the brave, punished the wicked, and rewarded those with cleverness and heart. She lived between worlds, the wild and the civilized, the living and the dead. She was ancient, perhaps older than time, and she knew the magic of bones and roots and wind. Many brave souls came seeking her wisdom. Some came for healing, some for knowledge, some for power. And Baba Yaga gave what was earned, not what was wanted. Some stories tell of 3 mysterious horsemen that rode past Baba Yaga's hut each day. One in white, one in red, and one in black. "Who are they?" a traveler once asked her. "They are my servants," she said. "White is day, red is sun, and black is night." She did not control time, but she lived with it, respected it, and moved in its rhythm. This too was her power. Baba Yaga changes shape in every story. Sometimes she is one witch. Sometimes she is 3 sisters with the same name. She can be cruel or kind. She can give gifts or take lives. She is neither fully evil nor fully good. She is nature itself, wild, unpredictable, and powerful. She rides in a mortar, sweeps away her tracks with a broom made of silver birch, and guards the border between life and death. She tests the hearts of those who come to her door. Even today, in the forests of Eastern Europe and Russia, parents warn their children not to wander too far. Baba Yaga might find you, they say. But some believe that Baba Yaga still watches the world, keeping balance. She guards ancient knowledge and waits for those brave enough, or foolish enough, to seek her out. And for those who do, she offers this. Not safety, not ease, but truth. If you come with respect, she might say, you'll leave with more than fire. Years passed. Vasilisa, now queen, had a daughter of her own named Alenka. One day, a plague struck the kingdom. Healers failed, prayers went unanswered, and hope faded. Remembering the forest, Vasilisa took her daughter to the edge of the wild and whispered the truth. The witch might help, but the price would be high. Alenka, brave like her mother, ventured into the forest. It was darker than the stories said. The trees seemed to watch her. The wind whispered names she didn't know. When she found the hut, it stood still, silent, as if it had been waiting for her all along. The hut groaned as it turned. The bones of the fence clicked together. Baba Yaga appeared once more, older, fiercer, her eyes burning with time. "Your blood is familiar," she said. "What do you seek?" "A cure," Alenka replied. "My people are dying." Baba Yaga grinned. "Magic has a price. Are you ready to pay it?" And so began a second journey. Alenka had to venture into the underworld, cross the river of memory, and return with the root of the world tree. Along the way, she was tempted, threatened, tested, but like her mother, she had cleverness, courage, and kindness. When she returned, Baba Yaga gave her the potion that would heal the sick. But remember, the witch warned, this magic is borrowed, not given. Life and death must stay in balance. Alenka nodded. She returned and saved the kingdom, but always wondered what she had left behind in that dark forest. In a final tale, long after Alenka's time, a traveler stumbled into the forest, lost and freezing. He found the hut, not by sight, but by song, a haunting lullaby that drifted through the trees. Baba Yaga took him in, warmed him, fed him stew made from roots and whispers. "Why do you help me?" he asked. Because even witches grow weary, she said. Are you evil? She laughed, a dry, ancient sound. I'm a mirror. What you bring to me, I reflect. Bring fear, I give terror. Bring need, I give choice. Bring courage, I give challenge. And then she disappeared, leaving behind only footprints that glowed in the snow. Baba Yaga's legend did not fade. In times of darkness, when people lost their way, the forest called. Those with open hearts and strong will could still hear the whisper, "Come find me, if you dare." They say the hut still moves through the woods, appearing only to those who truly need it. The skulls still burn, watching from the shadows. And the witch, old, wise, terrible, and true, waits by her hearth. Not for heroes, not for villains, but for those ready to face the truth.